All right, let's get deep today. I know you've been wondering, why does the universe keep sending you random people into your life? Maybe it's that stranger you met once, but never forgot. Maybe it's someone who came out of nowhere, helped you, and then disappeared as quickly as they arrived. These seemingly random encounters, these people who drift in and out of your life, they're not as random as you think. In fact, they're purposeful. And today we're going to break down why the universe keeps sending you these people, and more importantly, what it means for your spiritual journey. You see, everything in this universe is interconnected. There are no accidents, no coincidences. Every person who crosses your path is there for a reason, but we're often too caught up in the surface level of life to realize it. We look at these moments, these brief, sometimes puzzling interactions, and we think, that was strange, but whatever. And then we move on, but we're missing the deeper message. The universe works in mysterious ways, and sometimes it uses people as messengers. They come into our lives to teach us something, to shift our perspective, to guide us towards something we need to see or understand. Let's start with a simple example. Have you ever been going through something tough, something heavy, and then out of nowhere you meet someone who seems to say exactly what you needed to hear? Maybe you're sitting on a bus or standing in line at a coffee shop, and this complete stranger strikes up a conversation, and in that moment they say something that hits you right in the soul. You know what I'm talking about. It's like they were sent specifically for you at that exact moment. And maybe you never see them again, but that brief encounter, it stays with you. Why? Because that person was a messenger. They were sent to deliver a message that your soul needed to hear. The universe is always communicating with you, but it doesn't always speak through signs or synchronicities. Sometimes it speaks through people. But here's the thing, we often ignore these messages. We dismiss these encounters as random, as insignificant, but I want to challenge you on that. What if every single person you meet is part of a larger plan? What if these random people are actually soul contracts, agreements your soul made before you even incarnated in this life? Think about it. What if, before you were born, your soul made agreements with other souls to meet at certain points in your life, to help each other grow, to teach each other lessons, to guide each other through difficult times? And when the time comes, those people show up. Maybe for a moment, maybe for a year, maybe for a lifetime, but they show up and they play their part in your journey. So, the next time you meet someone who seems to come out of nowhere, I want you to ask yourself, why is this person here? What is the universe trying to show me through them? Because trust me, they're not here by accident. The universe doesn't waste energy. Every encounter, every connection has a purpose. And if you can start to look at these interactions with curiosity, with an open mind and an open heart, you'll start to see the deeper meaning behind them. Now let's take this a step further. Sometimes the people the universe sends into your life are not here to bring you comfort or guidance. Sometimes they're here to challenge you, to push you out of your comfort zone, to make you uncomfortable. And that's where most of us get stuck. We think that every person who comes into our life is supposed to make things easier for us. But that's not how growth works. Sometimes the people who frustrate you the most, the ones who trigger you, the ones who seem to bring chaos into your life, they're the ones who are here to teach you the most profound lessons. They're here to show you parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. They're here to help you confront your shadows. So, the next time someone comes into your life and triggers you, instead of getting defensive, ask yourself, what is this person here to teach me? Because again, they're not here by accident. The universe doesn't send people into your life to make you comfortable. It sends people into your life to help you grow. And growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you're pushed, when you're challenged, when you're forced to confront the parts of yourself that you'd rather ignore. All right, so now that we've talked about why the universe sends seemingly random people into your life, let's dive into an even deeper layer. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the same kinds of people keep showing up in your life? Maybe it's the same personality type, the same relationship dynamic, or even the same kind of challenge, just in a different form. It's like the universe keeps hitting repeat. Why does that happen? Why do we keep attracting the same types of people, the same situations, over and over again? Here's the truth. The universe will keep sending you the same lesson until you learn it. I think about that for a second. Every person who comes into your life is a reflection of something within you. If you keep attracting the same kind of toxic relationship or the same kind of negative energy, it's not because the universe is punishing you. It's because there's something within you that needs healing, and the universe is giving you repeated opportunities to face it. Until you learn the lesson, until you heal that part of yourself, the same kinds of people will keep showing up. This is where it gets deep. You see, the universe is always reflecting back to you what's going on inside of you. If you're holding on to unresolved wounds, if you're carrying unhealed trauma, that energy is going to attract people who trigger those wounds, not because the universe is cruel, but because it's trying to help you heal. It's trying to help you evolve. So the next time you find yourself in a situation with someone who feels all too familiar, whether it's a toxic friendship, a draining relationship, or even a frustrating work dynamic, I want you to pause and ask yourself, what is this person reflecting back to me? What part of myself needs healing? Because once you heal that part of yourself, once you learn the lesson, the universe won't need to send you those kinds of people anymore. But there's another layer to this too. Sometimes the people who keep showing up in your life are not just there to reflect your wounds. They're there to reflect your potential. Have you ever met someone who inspired you, who made you feel like anything was possible, who awakened something in you that you didn't even know was there? That's the universe showing you what you're capable of. Those people are not random. They're reminders of your potential. They're here to show you what's possible for you, if you're willing to step into it. So, the next time someone comes into your life and you feel that spark of inspiration, that sense of possibility, don't ignore it, or don't brush it off as a passing feeling. Ask yourself, what is this person here to awaken in me? Because they're not here by accident. They're here to remind you of who you really are, of what you're capable of. And if you're willing to listen, if you're willing to pay attention to those moments of inspiration, your life can change in ways you never imagined. All right, now that we've explored why the universe keeps sending you the same kinds of people, let's talk about how you can break the cycle. Because I know some of you are thinking, okay, I get it. The universe is trying to teach me something, but how do I stop attracting these same toxic people into my life? How do I manifest something different? And that's a great question, because once you become aware of the patterns in your life, once you recognize that the same kinds of people keep showing up, it's time to take responsibility for your energy and shift the way you're showing up in the world. Here's the truth. You attract what you are, not what you want. Let that sink in. You attract what you are, not what you want. So if you're continually attracting toxic relationships, or people who drain your energy, or situations that leave you feeling depleted, it's because there's something within you that's resonating with that frequency. It all starts with your energy, with your vibration. If you want to attract different people into your life, if you want to manifest healthier relationships, you have to start by shifting your own energy. I know this sounds simple, but it's not easy. It requires deep inner work. It means looking at the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. It means healing the wounds that are attracting those toxic dynamics in the first place. And it means raising your vibration so that you're no longer a match for those kinds of people, because once you raise your vibration, once you start living in alignment with your higher self, the universe will start sending you different kinds of people. People who reflect your growth, your evolution, your light. But how do you do that? How do you raise your vibration? It starts with self-awareness. You start paying attention to your thoughts, your beliefs, your delusions. Are you living in a state of fear or love? Are you holding on to resentment? Or are you practicing forgiveness? Are you living in alignment with your soul? Or are you stuck in patterns of self-sabotage? Because your energy is always creating your reality. And if you want to change the kinds of people you're attracting, you have to start by changing the energy you're putting out in the world. So, here's my challenge to you. The next time you find yourself in a situation with someone who triggers you, or drains your energy, or brings out the worst in you, pause. Don't react. Instead, take a step back and ask yourself, what within me is attracting this situation? What part of my energy is resonating with this dynamic? And then, commit to doing the inner work to shift that energy. Because once you heal those parts of yourself, once you raise your vibration, the universe will start sending you different kinds of people who reflect your growth, your alignment, your higher self. All right, now let's talk about the ultimate reason the universe sends random people into your life. Well, yes, they're here to teach you lessons. Yes, they're here to reflect your wounds and your potential. But beyond that, they're here to guide you toward your soul's purpose. Every person you meet, every connection you make is part of a larger puzzle. And when you start to see those connections, when you start to piece together the seemingly random encounters, you begin to see the bigger picture. You see, your soul came here with a purpose, and the universe is always guiding you toward that purpose, but it doesn't always do it in a straight line. Sometimes it sends you people who seem random, who don't make sense in the moment, but over time, as you look back, you start to see how every single person played a role in guiding you toward your purpose. Maybe it was the stranger who said something that sparked a new idea. Maybe it was the friend who introduced you to someone who changed your life. Maybe it was the difficult relationship that forced you to grow in ways you never would have otherwise. The universe is always conspiring to help you fulfill your soul's purpose, and the people it sends into your life are part of that plan. But here's the thing, you have to be willing to see it. You have to be willing to look beyond the surface. You have to be willing to ask, what is this person here to teach me? How is this encounter guiding me toward my purpose? Because once you start asking those questions, once you start seeing every person as a messenger from the universe, guiding you toward your higher self, everything changes. So, here's my final question for you. What is the universe trying to reveal to you through the people it sends into your life? What is your soul's purpose? And how are these random encounters guiding you toward it? Because make no mistake, there are no random people. Every single person you meet is part of a divine plan, and they're all here to help you step into the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. What will you do with that knowledge?